Hi, Cowboy T back again, San Francisco Liberal with a gun. In our last segment, you just saw us take apart more of the press, more of this Lee Pro 1000 press. You see it has no turret assembly, it has no primer assembly, and furthermore, this thing is now loose on here. Even though you can't tell, I'll show you. This is the shell plate holder. This is really the piece, the key piece that we've got to take apart now. Okay? We're going to do that. To do so, we're going to take the thing off. To do that, we put this, some kind of obstruction, raise the ram, put some obstruction here. So when I lower the ram, it should come out smoothly. Let's try that again. There it goes. Doesn't take a lot of force, it just may take a slight alignment issue. Now when I do that, you see underneath. See this plate here? We got to take that plate off. Screw A, screw B. Those have to come off. We'll do that now. These do not have to be on very tight, by the way. They just have to be reasonably snug, but not super tight. Now, just because I like to do this, I'm going to put these screws back on so that I remember where the heck they go later. That's good enough. And this here is good enough. Ooh, you see that there? See this here? These little grains of powder? That's a few grains of bullseye. Told you this thing was dirty. That's why I was feeding primer sideways by under. Well, we're going to fix that. That's probably what we're going to clean. Now let's talk about what the parts are here. See this? This is our ratchet. See this little ratchet action here? And a little twist? That's how the shell plate gets twisted to every new station. Okay? You got your ratchet here and your ratchet action down in there. I don't know if you can see it depending on the angle, but there is a ratchet action down in there. Okay? And it gets adjusted. This is the zero adjustment screw, and it spins. If you turn it, it spins this thing to where you can get your zero adjustment properly. So we pull this out. We're going to set this aside. Pull this screw out. Set it aside, and we can pop this out. It just pops right out, and there it goes. Okay, you see that? Just like that. And now this is a little spring that holds your primer ram. This is part of your primer sensor, or your case sensor, excuse me. Whether you feed a primer or not, we're going to take this off too. You'll notice a little slot in there where part of that fits in. So just like that. Okay? Now we'll turn this thing over. See? Spring action. Now what we got to do is take the shell plate off. That requires a hex wrench. See it right down in there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to unscrew this whole thing. Turns out it's a screw action that holds us on here. Here we go. We put this back on here because we need the leverage. Now, when we unscrew this, we need to make sure the shell plate doesn't move. So we take this screwdriver and insert it right there, just to hold things. Okay? Now I need to tell you something a little special about how you do this. Normally the convention is counterclockwise unscrew. You know, righty-tighty. Clockwise is screw, righty-tighty. Well, that's not the case here. It's backwards. Alright? It is backwards. Do not try to unscrew this thing by going counterclockwise. You will break it just like I did another one over there. I'll show you that in another series. It is clockwise to untighten. Remember this. It's actually in the lead directions too, so if you break this, if you break one of these, it's your fault. So here we go. This is a 1/4 inch, I believe it's a 1/4 inch. Yes, 1/4 inch hex. And we're just going to do the twist. Come on, get in there. There we go. There. See? It undoes. And now we can unscrew this with finger pressure. You see that? There we go. Out comes the shell plate. Look at all that gunk. Look at that. See all that black stuff down in there? Oh, it's ugly. Oh my goodness, that is so ugly. Ooh, that really, really needs cleaning. And you also see some what looks like powderish residue over here. You may need more light to see. Oh no, there you go. There's some powder residue over there. That and some stuff that fell down there is what's keeping us from feeding our primers right. This is what we want to clean. Alright? That's what we want to get all nice and clean. Alright? So, success. We have taken this thing apart. Now, we can pop back out the shell plate off of the RAM. Set this down over here. Yeah, isn't that dirty? Woo! Yucky. And here's the thing that held our screw plate, our shell plate in place. And now we have a fully disassembled Lee Pro 1000 press. You see that? About the only thing we haven't taken off is the RAM. We don't need to worry about that. We don't need to worry about actually taking the RAM off. There it is. Now we're ready to unbolt this press body with the lag screw with the lag screws. Let's save these. Oh, I need the other socket. Let's see if this is the right one. 7/16, I believe. Affirmative. Okay, here we go. Oops, hey. Okay, out that comes. And I always do this top one here last. Now I'm going to do the other one. You probably can't see it from that angle, but there's another one over here that I'm undoing. And I should be able to undo it the rest of the way with finger action here. Okay, and finally, this third one. Now I need to caution you, when you take this third one off, there are a boatload of primers sitting in the built-in primer collector. They're all going to fall out. We don't want that to happen, at least not all over the floor. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little garbage can, this thing. Yes, I know, don't laugh at the color, it's pink. Yes, I understand. I'm going to put her right there. Okay, put her there. Right on top of my fish fryer that I use for casting. So, here we go. These primers will spill out once I take this off. Here we go. Okay. Alright, I'm bringing this up, and out they fall. Woohoo! Look at that river! Woo! And there it goes. Look at that river. I'll get my brush, and we'll get rid of all these. Oh my, look at all that. You see all the rounds I've done in this press? Woohoo! I've done a lot of rounds in this press. And we get them all out. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Okay, the Pro 1000 press is now successfully disassembled, and we're ready to clean it. In our next segment, we're going to clean it. See you then.
San Francisco liberal with a gun.